Hey everyone, it's Riley. Welcome back to my channel for another custom bullet journal flip through. So as you may already know, I make custom bullet journals for people and I sell them on Etsy. So if you want to know more about that, you can check out my Etsy link in the description. But in this video, I want to flip through one that I recently made for one of my customers. So this journal is a 6-month journal and it is what's called the minimal doodle journal. So there are doodles on all of the monthly pages, like the title, the brain dump, the calendar, all of that, but there are no doodles on the weekly spreads. So what sets this journal apart from the ones that I've made in the past is that this person ordered a doodly journal, the minimal doodle journal, but she ordered all of the doodles to be in black, white, and gray. So I do have an option called the black and white journal, but that one has no doodles. It's just super minimal, like cute fonts, layouts that you like, but no doodles. This one actually does have doodles, but all of the doodles will be in black, white, and gray. There is one exception. I think May is in like this greenish color, but it's still part of the like spectrum that she chose. So I love, love, love this journal. Like I've always loved black, white, and gray journal spreads, but I could never commit to doing like a fully black, white, and gray journal for myself. So I was really excited that she asked me to do this. So I honestly really like all of the months. I think my favorites might be January and April. Some of the other themes I've done before, and so I don't want to say those are my favorites, even though they kind of are. I use them all the time. But I really like January and April, but I would love to hear from you guys in the comments which of these monthly themes are your favorites. So let's jump in and flip through this journal. So here's the journal. It's one of the Artist Loft journals that I've been using for all of my custom journals lately. They're really great quality, and this gray linen one has been my best seller by far. Everyone seems to love this one, and I have to agree, it is a beautiful journal. So it's got this elastic closure, an elastic pen loop, 2 bookmarks, and it also has a pocket in the back. It has 180 pages and they are 120 GSM. So these journals also come with some like contents page and a key page. I personally don't fill those out when I make the journal, but people of course do have the option to fill that out for themselves. And on this first page over here, I'll add her name to sort of dress it up a little bit. Then we get into the yearly spreads, and this one is super plain. The entire journal really is all black, white, and gray, but the yearly setup is especially plain, and I actually set this up in a separate video, and I'll link that above if you're looking for ideas to set up your own 2021 journal. So this is her future log. It's different than any that I've done before. So we've got 4 months on these 2 pages, and then the final 4 months over here. And for each of them, she's got sort of the month at a glance, and then plenty of space to write events. So I know that she plans to use her journal for personal things and work things. So the reason I did it with the wider horizontal space was so that if she wanted to, she could sort of divide this up and write personal events and work events side by side. So that's always an option if she would like. Then we've got the rest of the future log and a 2021 bookshelf. So again, this is super duper minimal. I just used my grays and a little bit of green and brown for the bookshelf. And the books are all bare because as she goes through the year, she can write in the title if she wants to, or the date that she read that book, and then color the books in. And the final yearly page that she wanted was a gratitude log. So I've got all 52 weeks of the year numbered along here. So the first 26 over here, the second over here, and each week she can just write a short sentence to kind of complete this prompt. This week I'm grateful for. So that's her gratitude log. Then I left her one empty page in case she decides to add any more yearly spreads. And then we get into January, and I love the January theme. These dandelions are so cute. I've never done a dandelion theme like this before, but she said she wanted all the themes to be kind of flowy. So if you've seen some of my journals before, you may have seen, let me find it. You may have seen this jellyfish theme. I do this a lot in my custom journals because it's been a big hit and I've kind of personalized it and made it my own. So she saw this theme and she just requested specifically this one and then asked that all the other ones have the same sort of flowy characteristic to them. So I took that to mean like things sort of moving across the page in general. So most of the monthly themes do just that. They kind of flow across the page. So for every month, she's got a title page, a brain dump with the same doodles, then a big monthly calendar with the same doodles again, and then she's got a little mood tracker and a section for notes. So this is the minimal doodle style journal. So all of the monthly pages, the brain dump, the title, the calendar, all of this have doodles, but the weekly pages do not. So here are the weekly pages for January. The first week of January is an odd one because it starts on a Friday. So this weekly doesn't really look like the others, but this is what her January weekly spreads look like. So for the entire year, or entire 6 months, she has the same setup where the days of the week are in the middle, and then along the side she's got a few different spots. So we've got sort of a title for the week, a spot for a quote that week, which I love that idea. She had that idea to add a quote every single week. Then she's got a shopping list, tracking 3 habits, water, workouts, and vitamins, and then a tasks list. So all of the weeklies have those same components, but they all look a little bit different from month to month. So here's January's. And February is another theme that I've done variations of before, but I've never done the moving diagonal. But again, I kind of wanted to keep that flow that she was talking about. I also tried out a new font with this one. And I really, really love the calendar page here. I think this one turned out so cute. Here are the weeklies for February, so you can see the same style, but a different aesthetic. Then we've got March, and I kind of showed you guys a little preview of this one already. So this is the jellyfish theme that I love to do. I've done it in all sorts of colors before, but I've never done it in sort of this muted green. And I really like how it turned out with this one. She chose a very small range of colors. In my Crayola Super Tips box, I just give all of my customers kind of a swatch and let them choose if they have specific colors in mind. And she wanted the whole sort of range of gray colors along with this green and one other. So this is really the most colorful month in the entire journal. So here's the monthly calendar. And the way this little mood tracker works is you can see it's shaped the same as the month. So each of these little grid spaces represents one day of the month, and she can make the key for herself each month. So just using whatever she knows she's going to have on hand throughout the month. So if she's got different colors, she can do different colors for each of these moods. If she'd rather just do simple patterns like diagonal lines or an X or a full color in or something like that, she can do that too if all she wants to use throughout the month is one black pen or something like that. So that way she can really just be flexible with it, make her own key each month. Then again, we've got the same weekly layout here, but a much different look. And then we come to April. So as soon as she told me that she wanted the themes to be flowy, I just started thinking of different things that swim, like jellyfish, or fly. And I thought about these paper cranes right away because I felt like they kind of fit the minimal style that she was looking for. So I decided to go with the paper crane theme for April, and I really am happy with how it turned out. I also tried using my Crayola Super Tips for smaller calligraphy for the first time. Normally when I use the Super Tips, I just do larger calligraphy like this, where I can turn them completely onto their side to make the wide downstrokes. But in this month, I experimented with doing smaller calligraphy with my Crayola Super Tips, and I was very pleasantly surprised. I didn't think I'd have that much control with them since they're not brush tip, they're just felt tip, but I really loved doing it. Here are the weekly spreads for this month. I also got a new light gray marker. I mentioned in one of my previous journal videos that my light gray marker died, and it was so sad because I use it for everything. I seriously use it to add these sorts of lines everywhere. So I got a brand new one. It's Eco Line. I've never tried those before, but I really like it. It makes a nice, thick, juicy light gray line. Then we've got May, and I like the May one. I always love white text on a black box. And this fern was inspired by a Shada Campbell video that I watched a while back. She's an amazing artist who draws beautiful botanicals, and I am not nearly at her level, but I wanted to try out one of her more simple botanical drawings, and I thought this fern would do the trick, kind of fit with that flowy look. Then we've got the calendar, mood, and notes as usual. Okay, this I think is my favorite weekly layout in the entire thing. So like I said, they all have the same components, like the days of the week on the inside, the exact same things on the outside, but I just tried to present them differently each month. So I love this one, where the day is kind of written vertically and it zigzags almost. I don't know what to call it, but I'm really happy with how this one turned out. So that brings us to the last month in this journal, which is June. So this right here is probably my favorite font ever, just like grown-up bubble letters. I really, really love it, but I've never done it with black on the inside. Normally I do it with a color. So if you're looking to try out a new fun font, this is a really, really simple one to do. I just write June pretty much normally, bulk up the letters a little bit, and then add a thin outline with a bit of breathing room around it. And it's just really cute. So I tried it with this black and white theme this month, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Just use these little shapes. Then here's the weekly layout for June. And June ends on a Wednesday. So again, at the end of the year here, or the end of the 6 months, I guess, she just had a half journal spread. So she's only tracking habits for 3 days. And since she only ordered the 6-month journal and not the full year, she still has about half of the journal free. So if she wants to, she can use it as a planner for the second half of the year, or she can repurpose it for whatever she chooses. But yeah, that's the full journal. Let me know in the comments which of these themes was your favorite, which of your weekly layouts was your favorite. Do you like this whole zigzag thing that I tried out? I would love to hear from you guys, and thank you so much for joining me for this flip through. Thank you all so much for joining me for another custom bullet journal flip through. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a like and also a comment below. Let me know which of these months you like the best. And I will see you guys in the next video.